You may have seen the video I made and posted where I did a tribute to James Taylor of sorts with my stop action video driving through town. I thought about doing a remake of that, and then I thought, why not just introduce myself, tell you about my car, my trip, and me. Come on, let's take a drive. My name is John Allred, and you're watching MiataTravels. My love for convertibles goes all the way back to my childhood. My dad always had convertibles, and I just always loved riding with the top down. Mazda announced the Miata in the mid-'80s. I couldn't wait to get my hands on one. I had loved the MGs I had when I was younger, and the Miata was going to be a reliable update to an old classic. We all knew what they were doing. They were recreating a British classic in a modern package. I bought this car at 6 years old with 70,000 miles, and I've put another 260,000 on her. There were a few things about this car I didn't like when I first bought it. The daisy wheels were underwhelming, and I just could not stand the steering wheel. It was so ugly. Also, when I first bought the car, it had a tendency to roll, and I had expected it to be a little stiffer. When I finally replaced the shocks, I got the ride I was looking for. I drove this car for a number of years and never had a problem with it. In 2004, my original timing belt broke, and that's when I realized I was going to have to start learning something about the car if I was going to keep it on the road. And thus my education began. It was always my daily driver, but for a number of years it was my only car too. I've always enjoyed driving, but when I sit down in this Miata and turn the key, pure joy. I want to thank a young friend of mine named Greg. He was riding with me a while back, and he asked me if I had named my car, and I told him no, I don't usually name cars. We got to talking about it a little bit. He suggested a name, and I thought about something, and finally we came up with Betty. I think Betty is a good name for this car. In 2010, I took an 8,000-mile trip. I went up the east coast of the United States, on up into Canada, and ended up in Newfoundland. That's where I was born, and I had always wanted to go back, and so it was a really, really good trip. I came back through the Great Lakes, down through Chicago, and it really gave me the bug. I was looking forward to an opportunity to get back in and take a long trip. And then I got to thinking, why not take a trip to all 50 states? I was getting kind of close to retirement, so it seemed like a pretty good possibility. Recently, I've started thinking about it an awful lot more. I haven't started serious planning yet, but my goal is to get in the car in 2020 and drive, of course, to all 50 states. I plan to visit with Miata clubs, visit with Mazda dealerships, and make a lot of friends all along the way. Before I take off, I want to develop a really good social media following. Once I get out on the road, that following is going to build up pretty fast due to word of mouth. I hope you'll join me on this journey. First of all, by becoming a subscriber, and then by giving me comments, asking questions, and just generally supporting me along the way. It's going to take a lot of people to get it done, and I need all the friends I can get.